This brunch bill includes a scam surcharge to cover the server's healthcare. Now, this I thought would be pretty interesting to read about. So here's the tip: pay your employees what they're owed. A diner is calling out a scam surcharge on her brunch bill added to cover the restaurant workers' health insurance. TikTok user Jillian at KillJill posted, oh no, no, at KillJill underscore, I guess, posted a video showing her receipt from a brunch she attended in June, highlighting a surcharge added to her bill that read staff benefits 3.50%. Julian then asked her waitress what that charge meant and was told it was so that they can have health care. I was flabbergasted, she admitted in the clip with over 2.4 million views. So you're telling me every 2 weeks it's money taken out of my check to pay for my health insurance just so when I go to the doctor, I still have to pay them more money to treat me and then pay more money to get my meds from the pharmacy, she reiterated in disbelief. And now companies are allowed to put the burden for paying for their employees' health care on customers. Like what? She said. According to the National Restaurant Association, employers are not required to cover health insurance for their employees unless they are full time. Uh, I'm not going to play the video because I think it's probably going to be copyright. So thousands of people commented on the video, many saying they were tired of owners not giving their employers the benefits, I guess the employees, the benefits they deserve, and not paying them more, while also pointing out it wasn't the employee's fault, it was on the bill. All y'all in the comments saying that's the tip then, like come on. This ain't the employee's fault, a user wrote. And I feel like the owners know this is going to impact their staff's tips, which is even more messed up. SMH, Jillian replied. So we paying tip and their benefits, commented another. Customers always seem to bear the burden, wrote another. If you cannot afford to pay your staff, you probably can't afford to have a business. Now, here's the thing, right? There's a few ways to actually look at this. One way to look at this is that instead of having that 3.50%, what they could do is literally just raise the prices of every single item that they sell, every product, every SKU that they sell by a certain amount, and then use that extra money that they potentially, hopefully, generate to help fund more healthcare for their employees. But yeah, it's definitely interesting to have that like literally listed on the bill item. I think that's kind of weird. Let's see, any comments on this? Joe Biden has us paying people's college tuition. Good point. Giving money to the Ukraine is a bigger travesty. That war has nothing to do with the US. We need that money here. The customer pays regardless. If they don't add the extra charge, they'll simply charge more for the food and drink. See, that's my line of thinking, right? They could have just simply have done that. Best thing to do is no longer classify people as part-time or full-time. All and any employees get medical from the company they work for. Now this would drive down wages and or shutter many small businesses. The thing is, many small businesses would not be able to do that. That is true. Business owners need to make their pricing structure cover wages and benefits for employees. Adding surcharges like this is pure laziness and exposes the employees to ire they don't deserve. That's true. So for every $1 on your bill, you pay an extra 3.5 cents. Outrageous. LOL. Let's see. So we pay and tip in their benefits first off. Great grammar. I recall all of these young punks whining that part time workers should be paid $15 an hour and have benefits. Well, there you go. If the restaurant was smart, they would have raised all of their prices, and the wokesters, would have happily paid without the usual whining. See, the thing is, like, this restaurant could have easily have set this up like this, and no one would have actually noticed. Now, they probably might have lost some business, potentially, but who knows, right? Interesting. I mean, feel free to give your thoughts on this. I just thought this was kind of funny, right? Because it is kind of similar to the whole student loan debate debacle thing. If you feel like it is right for people to pay your bill for college, then you should also be okay with something like this, right? Because they are very, very similar. But I don't know. The thing is, I think the best option that the restaurant should have done would have just not labeled it and literally just charged like $1 more for one of the items, well, for every item, basically, right? Because technically it was like only like a 3.50%. So like that person said, for every dollar is like 3 cents, 3.5 cents, which is basically nothing. So I'd probably just have to say just raise the prices of every single item by like 50 cents or $1. And you would clear good profit still and also be able to pay for this healthcare without people even noticing that you were doing it. But you don't even need to make like a drastic change. You just gotta make a slight adjustment to the pricing structure. Technically speaking, you could probably just charge things like an extra like 99 cents, where it'd be like combined, it would end up probably making sense. So who knows? I mean, feel free to give your thoughts. I just don't think this is necessarily a scam. It's just like that one comment said. It's just lazy, right? Like this is just like a really, really lazy way to go about it. You know what? Let's actually do check this out, but without the audio.
I recently found
Oh,
another
never mind.
example of why I hate living in the US. I went to brunch with a group of people a little while ago, and when the waitress brought out the tab, I noticed this 3.5% for staff benefits. And so I asked our waitress, I'm like, what is this staff benefits charge? And she's like, yeah, that's so that we can have health care. And I was
Oh,
flabbergasted. I hate living in the US. I went to brunch with a group of people a little while ago, and when the waitress brought out the tab, I noticed this 3.5% for staff benefits. And so I asked our waitress, I'm like, what is this staff benefits charge? And she's like, yeah, that's so that we can have health care. And I was flabbergasted. So you're telling me every 2 weeks is money taken out of my check to pay for my health insurance? Just so that when I go to the doctor, I still gotta pay them more money to treat me and then pay more money to get my meds from the pharmacy. And now companies are allowed to just put the burden of paying for their employees' health care on customers? I was like, what?
by the way, for those that are just listening, the total amount for this bill is like over $300. Like this was an expensive meal. Like that is so crazy. Let's see. This person wrote, "I barely have insurance, and now I'm expected to pay someone else's." LMAO. So they charge $18 for a chicken sandwich but can't afford to pay their staff a living wage. Good point. They couldn't just inflate the prices, they had to put on the itemized ticket that is for their benefits. Unbelievable. They should have added it to their food prices. I agree. Six crispy sandwiches are $108. The restaurant owner should be able to cover health care for them. Yeah, this is the thing. Like, a lot of the items on her ticket cost a lot. So, I don't know why they have an itemized option for healthcare at all now. So, apparently, this might be someplace called. Okay, it's called ETA. ETA literally charges $7 for a Coke and $20 for a piece of bread. They can pay their own employees healthcare. Yeah, $20 for a piece of bread? Dear Lord. Yeah, so it is apparently something called ETA. ETTA. Interesting. Y'all, I was an opening server for ETA for over 2 years. The owners are loaded, they can pay benefits.
What? I
Interesting.
recently found another example of why I hate living in the US. I went to brunch with a group.
Okay, that's weird. But yeah, I mean, feel free to give your thoughts on this. Now that I know that this is like a high ticket price restaurant already, and they're doing something like this, I think that's beyond out of line. Like, you already charge like an arm and leg for your items. You should be able to include healthcare already. You definitely shouldn't have it as an itemized like bill. Like this, it's just so stupid.